Hello. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the Power of Three webinar, Content Marketing plus SEO plus Social Media. My name is Krista LaRiviere, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at G-Shift Labs. And I am excited to share with you some of my thoughts on how these three digital marketing tactics are colliding and overlapping. And when they are used strategically together, you can leverage the unique power of all three for maximum positive impact across your entire web presence. Over the next 30 minutes, we will take a look at the importance of SEO in the digital marketing mix, content marketing versus optimized content marketing, the power of three from the Google search box. We'll take a look at a concept that I call the hierarchy of web presence optimization, as well as a concept called the keyword gap. And then lastly, we'll take a look at an optimized content marketing strategy case study. So as I mentioned, I'm the co-founder and CEO here at G-Shift Labs, and I've been writing, speaking about, building technology for, and leading teams that perform SEO for about 13 years. A little bit about G-Shift Labs as a company. It is a web presence optimization company. We have SEO software for agencies and marketers that helps improve the productivity around monitoring and reporting on SEO across an entire web presence. The company was founded in 2009, and our vision is to change the way people think about and perform organic search optimization. We have thousands of clients around the world and lots of innovation going on our product roadmap. So over the past 3 years, within the search engine optimization world, we've seen a real shift in the tactics used to get found and get visibility in Google and maintain it without being penalized by one of Google's daily algorithm updates. We call this approach optimized content marketing, and it takes into consideration content marketing, SEO, and social media. Businesses that use this approach experienced improved and prolonged organic search rankings, increased impressions, an increased likelihood of click-through rates from organic search, and increased conversions, and most importantly, leads. But the results from optimized content marketing do not happen overnight. It's not like a Google AdWords campaign that you can simply switch on. It takes planning, analysis, and ongoing execution. So the first thing I want to do is paint a strong picture as to why this approach is so important to pay attention to in order to improve visibility over time in the search engines and, most importantly, maintain that visibility. So since content is ultimately the thing that gets found in the search engines, I want to share with you some SEO statistics. So first, let's take a look at the importance of SEO in the digital marketing mix and your digital marketing budget. So it's a proven fact that everybody looks at the organic side of the search results. So just to be clear, the organic side of the search results are that they're the left-hand search results in Google and Bing. So what you're looking at here is actually the search results from Google on the left-hand side and Bing on the right-hand side. And this is an interesting new research that was published about searcher behavior, and it's from a recent user-centric eye tracking study. And so it basically tracks where searchers' eyes go when they search and when the search results are returned to them. The red area indicates where the majority of the eyeballs go, and they were able to determine that 100% of searchers look at the organic or that left-hand side of Google and Bing, and that between 70 and 80% completely ignore the paid ads on the right-hand side or Google AdWords. And everybody is a lot of people. According to Google, there are over 1 billion searches performed every single day. That's an insane number. And this number obviously doesn't even include other searches that are performed in other search engines such as YouTube, Bing, and Yahoo, as well as social networking sites that also act as search engines such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So that's a lot of eyeballs. And so, yes, there are a lot of searches, but what's more important is knowing that 94% of all searchers will click on the organic side of search, while the remaining 6% will click on the paid side of search. So what you're seeing here is a recent study produced by Group M and Nielsen Research combined with some data from Forrester Research. The red bar here represents the amount of marketing dollars in billions that US marketers are investing in SEO to reach 94% of the searchers, compared to the amount of dollars the same marketers are investing in paid search, that's the gray bar, to reach just 6% of the searchers. So marketers are spending more of their marketing dollars on paid search to reach just very few eyeballs instead of investing in organic search to reach the majority of the searchers and the click-throughs. So if you invest your marketing dollars in organic and an optimized content marketing strategy, you'll be much further ahead in the long term. And another great fact is that according to Forbes' Ad Effectiveness study, SEO is the #1 converting marketing tactic, outranking both paid search and email marketing. So it's another really great reason why you want to do SEO and an optimized content marketing strategy. And we can go a bit deeper to see the importance of SEO. I love taking a keyword and comparing the click-through rates in SEO versus PPC. This comparison is for the keyword HR software. So based on keyword search volume data, I discovered that this keyword is searched on 2,120 times per month in Canada, the US, and Australia combined. I then apply proven organic search click-through rates to the data. So for example, position 1 in Google will get you a 36% click-through rate. Position 2 in Google will get you a 12.5% click-through rate. Position 3 will get you a 9% click-through rate. This, of course, is on the organic side of search. Compare that to the daily clicks, the click-through rate of paid search, which is much lower. So if you were to occupy position #1 for HR software in SEO, you would receive 24 click-throughs per day. If you were to occupy position #1 in paid search for that same term, you're going to receive just 2 click-throughs. Position #2 organically will get you 8 click-throughs. Position #2 in paid will get you just 1 click-through. So it really does pay to invest in SEO. So SEO continues to be important in the digital marketing mix and is a great valuable long-term investment. So it begs the question, why do so many people continually start their searches at the Google search box? The answer is because Google does an amazing job at returning relevant search results for you. And SEO and optimized content marketing is really about relevance, okay? And relevance, of course, just so happens to be at the concept of the power of 3. The power of 3 is about creating, distributing, and measuring optimized content marketing that is targeted to your prospects, content that they want and find relevant. Optimized content marketing is also about creating fresh, relevant content for Google because that's what Google is looking for. So let's take a closer look at the difference between content marketing versus optimized content marketing. First of all, content marketing is not new. It has been around for decades and existed long before SEO and even the internet. US marketers in 2012 are set to invest over $16.6 billion into content marketing, which is about 4 times that of the total SEO investments. So the true definition of content marketing, according to the Content Marketing Institute, is the art of understanding exactly what your prospects and customers need to know, then delivering that content to them in a relevant and compelling way to grow your business. And here are some recent stats on content marketing from the Content Marketing Institute and Marketing Profs, 2 great sources of information. 77% of marketers, according to this study, claim that they are going to increase or at least maintain their content marketing budgets in the next 12 months. And it's all types of content that they are producing. It's the same type of content that Google is looking for and that your prospects are looking for. So blogs, videos that are uploaded into YouTube, white papers, print magazines and newsletters that also have an electronic component, and also books. And I would like to add to this as well, case studies. Client case studies are also a great source. And then comes the social media aspect. The content marketers are already producing and distributing their content via the social media networks such as Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and now G+. They are likely unknowingly creating social signals, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it's sort of a chicken and an egg thing. You need content to impact your SEO, and you need to understand your SEO before you can create great content. And most marketers, unfortunately, don't realize the impact their content can have on SEO results. And worse, they're not even thinking about optimizing their blogs, press releases, white papers, how-to guides, videos, etc. for SEO. But those that do stand the chance to win in Google in both the short and long terms, which brings us to the concept of optimized content marketing. Optimized content marketing is the art of understanding exactly what your prospects and customers need to know and deliberately producing optimized content based on keywords that are driving organic search traffic and conversions, then delivering that content to them in a relevant and compelling way to grow your business by socializing that content through the social networks. That's really the definition that I've come up with for the term optimized content marketing. And so here's some really great reasons, of course, why you should be doing content marketing, why it should already be in your digital marketing mix. Content marketing allows you to be the knowledge leader and the thought leadership on your subject. It allows for customer acquisition and retention, of course, because you are being that thought leader. It's great for branding and positioning against your competitors. And it, of course, generates great leads and ultimately sales. So optimized content marketing does all that as well, but it does three things in addition to that. It helps you get found in Google for the keywords your prospects are using to try to find you. It generates great social signals, and it creates really trusted backlinks, which is key to SEO. So let's take a look at so that covers the importance of SEO and content marketing as line items in your marketing budgets. So now let's look at the power of three from Google's perspective, because they're important in this as well. So Google makes approximately 1 to 2 algorithm changes per day, but every now and then they make massive algorithm changes to address what's called black hat SEO techniques, which are essentially spammy ways that SEO consultants use to identify and implement techniques to get websites found in Google. Google is constantly battling these spammy techniques by detecting and penalizing websites that use them. The optimized content marketing approach will let you sleep easy because it gives Google everything it wants in a non-spammy way. So let's take a look at some of these massive algorithm changes. Over a year ago now, Google started to introduce these massive algorithm changes. The first one was the Panda update, and it really got rid of a lot of those spammy backlink building techniques. And some websites simply disappeared overnight from the search engines because they had too many spammy backlinks pointing to them. And so that was the first step towards this whole concept of developing the optimized content marketing strategy. The next major announcement that Google made had to do with social signals. And in December of 2010, actually both Google and Bing announced that they now factor social signals into their organic search algorithms. In fact, social signals represent about 8 to 10% of the search algorithm. So you really need to be creating social signals on a regular basis to prove relevance, okay? A little bit later on, Google then announced the launch of Google+, and we all sort of thought, why do we need another social network? We already have Facebook, we already have Twitter, we already have a LinkedIn. Do we really need another one? And so the reality is that, and Google worded it perfectly, that social networking and social media are about relationships, and relationships prove relevance. And relevance, if you remember my previous slide, is really at the core of organic search. So you really need to be building out your social networks across your web presence and primarily in Google with your Google circles, because the social media and social networking really do factor in to your organic search ranking. About a year ago, Google launched the Freshness update, and they came out and blatantly said, we are going to give priority to fresh, relevant content that proves timeliness in the format of press releases, blog posts, and articles. And it really didn't get much clearer than that. Google wants fresh, relevant, optimized content on a regular basis. Google then launched Search plus Your World, which plays into the whole Google Plus arena as well, where your search results can now come up within your circles. So if somebody searches on a keyword phrase that matches content that you have and they are in your circles, it may be ranked higher. And this is really important in social networking and SEO. And then one of the most recent algorithm changes that Google has launched is the Penguin update. And it again was meant to eliminate a lot of spammy black hat SEO techniques, really along the lines of over SEOing. So over SEOing your website and keyword stuffing and spammy backlinking. And these updates are going to continue as Google's algorithm gets smarter at detecting the spammy techniques. So all of these recent major algorithm changes all point to the fact that Google wants optimized content, and an optimized content marketing strategy, producing fresh, relevant content that your clients want for the keyword phrases that are driving organic search traffic, is really the way to go. So the Power of Three addresses not only an integrated approach to leveraging SEO, content marketing, and social media, it also addresses Google's need for fresh, relevant, non-spammy content. This brings us to the fourth agenda item, the hierarchy of web presence optimization. And this is a proprietary model that we have here at G-Shift that we reference that describes the implementation of the Power of Three in an optimized content marketing strategy. So think of web presence optimization as SEO across your entire web presence, including your website, your blogs, your press releases, your YouTube channel, and all of your social channels. Okay, the web hierarchy of web presence optimization looks like this. The right-hand side describes the level of effort and services time typically implemented across a web presence for the purpose of improving organic search results, while the left-hand side addresses the major Google algorithm changes that we just discussed. When the hierarchy of web presence optimization approach is used, you are essentially executing on an optimized content marketing strategy with improved SEO as the outcome and social media simply as a distribution point. And best yet, it is a non-spammy way to give Google exactly what it wants, that fresh, relevant, optimized content. I want to focus next on the second tier of this hierarchy, the keyword and competitive research tier. Specifically, I want to talk about the concept of the keyword gap, which is another concept that we have here at G-Shift. So the keyword gap is a concept I use to describe the gap between the list of keywords you think you should be ranking for in Google compared to the list of keywords that your prospects are actually using to try to find the products or services that you sell. Every business has a keyword gap. And if you're not trying to close this keyword gap, then I guarantee you're missing out on traffic and likely customers. So here are some examples that I've seen in the past of clients closing their keyword gap. So again, the keywords that they thought they should be ranking for versus the keywords that they were ultimately able to discover that their prospects were actually searching on to try to find them. So here are some examples. Storage and moving containers. They discovered that rental containers for moving was actually what the customer was searching on. Chartered airplanes, private airplanes for rent. Marketing consulting, marketing consultants in Toronto. High-end pet food, organic cat and dog food. So here's the framework of how you can start closing your keyword gap to drive more targeted, converting traffic through organic search. And this process never ever ends. Once you believe you've completely nailed a keyword and you're driving the maximum amount of click-throughs on a daily basis that you possibly can, then you need to find your next top converting organic keyword phrase and start working on it. So of course, you want to create your list of keywords. You want to determine the rank and the volume for those keywords. You want to do some competitive analysis. You want to understand the keywords that are actually driving organic traffic. You then want to create and optimize and publish content in the form of, on-site web pages, of course, but also press releases, blogs, case studies, white papers, how-to guides, testimonials. And then you want to measure the results, the impact that that content has across your entire web presence. Are you more visible? Have you increased your rank? Have you created social signals? So to actually accomplish this in a productive way, you or your SEO consultant will require some tools, technologies, or a software system that collects great data about your web presence and your competitors' web presence so that you can make some great decisions about how to close your keyword gap and drive more organic search traffic. And G-Shift Labs happens to have one of those SEO software systems called Web Presence Optimizer. Here's why keyword research and closing the keyword gap is an ongoing process. This is the model I created called the 5 forces of keyword competition. So we know that SEO is about creating content, but we can even get more granular than that. It is about a keyword, and it is about competing for a keyword at the Google search box. So people oftentimes ask me, how much effort is it going to take and how much content are they going to have to write in order to outrank their competitor? My answer is always, I have absolutely no idea. And if anyone ever promises that they can get you to number one over a certain period of time, they're lying to you because there are so many external factors and pressures on every keyword that you simply do not have control of and will never have control over. So the only way to address these threats is through an ongoing optimized content marketing strategy. So let's briefly take a look at these four forces on a keyword. Okay, so you of course have, so let's say you're ranking number one for a keyword phrase. You're going to have continual new entrants, new competitors trying to compete for that keyword. Perhaps one of your competitors isn't doing SEO right now and they decide to start. That's a pressure on that keyword. You have buyers, so the threat of customers actually impacting your rank. And this has to do with social media. Social signals are created by your prospects, your visitors, your buyers, your customers. If a competitor of yours is creating a lot of social signals and those social signals account for 8 to 10% of Google and Bing search algorithm, your competitor could start to outrank you if they're creating a lot of social signals. So you need to think of that. The substitutes, threat of alternative marketing tactics. So perhaps other marketing tactics, when applied as well to the concept of optimized content marketing, can start to improve your overall results. So more email marketing, for example. Suppliers, the threat of ever-changing organic search and social landscape. So this, quite frankly, is Google changing their organic search algorithm every single day. In 2011, they announced that they changed their organic search algorithm 531 times. So that's an ongoing external threat that you have absolutely no control over. Okay, but if you're practicing an optimized content marketing strategy, the damage that Google can do to your web presence by implementing a new organic search algorithm change is minimal. Okay. So let's take a look at a case study on optimized content marketing. Okay, we're going to take a look at a business called Pratt Homes. And Pratt is a home builder located in Barrie, Ontario. Before they started their optimized content marketing strategy, their web presence was not being found or driving conversions. Okay, so the first thing that was done was the foundation, the technical foundation of that hierarchy of web presence optimization was fixed. So a services team went in and they fixed the foundation. They made sure that search engine spiders could come into the site and crawl the site properly. They made sure everything was set up properly. The social networks were in place, the social icons were in place, and all of the on-site pages. Then the keyword research started to start the process of closing that gap, which again never ever ends. And that keyword research was done through the G-Shift platform, through that competitive analysis, through understanding how many backlinks a competitor has, how much content a competitor has, through the number of indexed pages that are available to Google and Bing. So just an ongoing approach to understanding which keywords are driving traffic. And you really need to put a stake in the ground on this one. Do some research, figure out to the best of your ability which keywords are driving traffic, optimize some of the content on the website, see if that's having an impact. And once you really think you've nailed that list of keywords, then you can start to really produce some great outbound content marketing documents such as press releases and blog posts. The next thing that was done, which is really important to do in organic search, is set some goals. So one thing Pratt Homes wanted to do was dominate all top 10 positions for their main branded keywords. And we haven't yet talked about branded keywords versus unbranded keywords, but it's really important that you do dominate page one in Google for your branded keyword phrases. And you should have a number of web pages from your website coming up, some external pages, your Twitter account, your Facebook account. You should own your brand on page one in Google. You should then develop some goals, some realistic goals around your unbranded keyword phrases that you want to focus on, and focus on them over a realistic time period. So we like to say that for any web page, you should not be trying to rank for any more than 1 to 3 keyword phrases per web page. Okay, so to really make a difference and start to drive that organic search traffic, we highly recommend that you focus on not just 1 to 3 per page, but really only 2 to 3 for your entire website, and focus on them heavily over the first quarter, get some results, and then move on. Expand your unbranded keywords as your web presence grows. The next thing that was done was we developed a content marketing schedule. So over Q1 and Q2, as you can see on the very left-hand side, we determined which keyword phrases that we wanted to really start to target and improve the rank on. And then we developed the content, or we set the stage for developing the type of content we wanted to produce. So on-site pages, press releases, blog posts, etc. Assign those tasks, and then also set up in advance where and how we were going to distribute that content. So of course, through the social networks, which have now been set up properly, PR Web, which is a great place to distribute press releases from. Blog directories that are industry specific are very important to determine. Okay, so all of these things really add together. The content is cross-linked, which then as well starts to build backlinks to the website in a trusted, realistic way that Google is going to find relevant. So press releases, for example, optimized for the keyword phrases condos Barrie, distributed via PR Web to over 5,000 media outlets as well as local media outlets, received over 64,000 impressions, 717 reads, 115 interactions on PR Web alone. And these are all metrics that we can get from the software. Blog posts, again, optimized for condos Barrie, which is a supporting piece of content that also can reference the press release. Is distributed as well through email marketing. Both press releases and blogs, of course, link back to the website. Backlinks contain the anchor text, condos Barrie. Anchor text is very important as it relates to SEO and backlinking. Don't just have a backlink that says click here. Have the backlink reference the main keyword phrase that you're trying to optimize for, and that's going to go a long way. The website, of course, was optimized for condos Barrie, and they were supporting web pages on that site that also referenced the press release and the blog. So everything is interconnected. It's what I call interconnected content. Social icons included on all the web pages of not just on the website, but also on the press release and the blog post. And then all the content was socialized through Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, G+, for business. And of course, the schedule at which that content is socialized is also important. A tweet only lives for maybe a half an hour. It needs to be retweeted over a period of time. YouTube, you can create a video from your blog post that talks about what it is you're writing about in the blog post, and that can be optimized. So it really looks like this if you want a visual on it. You're doing the keyword research, you're doing the competitive research to close that gap. You're creating a content strategy that's then executed on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. The content is distributed through the social media channels, as you can see there, and now the outcome is essentially SEO. So the outcome is improved rank. It's increased number of backlinks. It's an increased number of social signals, an increased number of visitors to the web presence, and ultimately conversions. So some of the outcomes that Pratt Homes enjoys now is that they are occupying 8 of the top 10 positions on page 1 in Google compared to just 3 when they first began. And now some of these metrics may have changed since it's been a time period since we've done this case study. So they are now consistently ranking on page 1 for Barrie condos and new homes Barrie. When they started, they were beyond page 2. Their web presence has expanded from just 60 web pages indexed in Google to pretty much double that. Total traffic to their website has increased from 2,400 visitors per month to 5,400 visitors per month, and this is all organic search. They're not doing any paid search. And they have amassed 150 Facebook fans and 220 Twitter followers, the majority of whom are all local followers, which makes sense because they're a local business. So the takeaway from all of this is that it's really worth starting to understand, measure, and report on how a particular piece of content, whether that's a blog, a press release, a white paper, a case study, whatever it is, how does that one piece of content impact an entire web presence for the purpose of organic search? So how many tweets and retweets did it get? How many likes and shares did it get? How many +1s did it get in Google? How many YouTube views? How many new backlinks were created with that main keyword phrase we were trying to optimize for? How was my rank impacted for the highly converting organic keyword phrases? How many visitors did I get? And ultimately, how many conversions did I get? So to conclude, optimized content marketing is a long-term digital marketing strategy. Results do not happen overnight, but when they do happen, your web presence will experience improved organic search rankings, increased impressions in organic search, an increased likelihood of click-throughs, and most importantly, increased conversions and leads. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email me directly at krista@gshiftlabs.com. If you would like a demo of our SEO software system, Web Presence Optimizer, you can also contact me. We'd be very happy to give you a demo. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day.